Hi, it's me again with Corel tips and tricks. Somebody sent me this PDF and a JPEG of what they would like to do. The problem is they're doing this on a tumbler. And if you were doing it on a flat piece of wood or a flat anything, that you could put it back to home every time and rerun different parts of it at different speeds and power and grayness. Now you could use color mapping, but when you're doing a tumbler on a rotary device, I've had very little luck getting it back to the start position. I mean, even though it gets close, when you're working with this logo, I don't think it's going to work. So we're going to look at this back a page and you can see the white. Now it's already broken apart and I've got my nudge factor set on 3 inches. I'm going to get rid of this line. I'm going to nudge it over. I'm going to take this line and see, I don't need that line because that line is going to take care of itself. So I'm going to use this line. I could use that line. Let's make everything a hairline. Well, let's don't make everything a hairline. Let's make just the mountain a hairline. And let's look at this. This is not a line, it's a fill. So we need to go to object, convert the outline to an object. And right there is what we need. Now I'm afraid if we make this hairline, see, they're not touching. So what I'm going to do after and don't let me forget, when I get this done, I'm going to make that a hairline. So much easier to work in hairline. And, you know, that's really it. I would leave that alone. Too much, it's not in the real picture. I would leave that alone. So now I want to look at my trees and I'm going to left click, right click, and they're garbage. But can't really do anything about it. They're good looking trees. I mean, I think they're going to be fine, but it's just little squirrely skews. So if we take this now and select both these and go to wireframe, or not wireframe, but hairline, everything's going to start leaking. Like that right there, not touching. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to delete that line. But see how that line's not touching? And it's not touching all the way around. So what I'm going to do, see there, I'm going to take this object and I'm going to make it 99%. That brought it in. So now what I can do is take this and delete these lines. Because if I hadn't have done that, we'd have some major leaking. Now, like I said before, I could do this if it was a piece of flat wood and I could make part of it gray and part of it black and run it a couple of times. But I've never had any luck. I've seen people do it. They do it. You know, they run a tumbler. EnduroMark does it all the time. And when they're running 2 different types of tumbler coatings, I've just never had any luck. And when you have a little logo like this, and it's so precise, I don't think it's going to work. So what I would do is fill in the house with black. Let me get rid of the yellow box now because we don't need it. Fill in the house. Shouldn't leak, but I think, okay, that's perfect. It could leak to the trees. Now I'm going to fill in the ring. Okay, we're on our way. Nothing should leak now. So what I would do, I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to set, and I'm going to go with Smart Fill on like this color. Hopefully it doesn't leak. It looks like it's going to leak because it's doing that. See, it went beyond the trees, or did it? Kind of hard to say. I'm just going to go with this. I think it'll work. Then get the interactive fill tool, and let's just swipe up and make this lighter up top. Kind of you're looking over like a mountain. Now, whether that's going to engrave, I'm going to go to Object, Order, Back a Page, put the trees back. Then take this one. Hopefully nothing will leak. You got to get the Smart Fill tool. That worked. Maybe leaving that color. Leaving that color. Take that color and make it a little less. Now we are going to bring in the lines. Let's bring that in. Come on, don't leak. It looks like it's leaking. You know what? I wonder if we go Object, Order, Back a Page. Because then we're going to take this. Let's nudge it over. Yeah, that's too bad. Okay, what I can do is, there's the leak right there, or the reason it's leaking. I'm going to go turn everything into a hairline. And the leak is right, got to be right in here. So a lot of times you'll leak if you have a double line. So we had a double line probably. Well, there's really no way to get that back. You know what? I wonder. Nah, I'm really messed up now because I don't have my circle anymore. So what I'm going to do, put that back, and I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. You know what? I don't need that line. We'll put our trees back. And I'm going to nudge our line over to see that there's a little line missing right there that's going to be terrible. One thing we can do if it doesn't leak is just take the Smart Fill tool and set on the same color of black and just fill that in. I wouldn't worry about these little specks that are shining through because they might give it some appearance. Let's try the top. Yeah, it doesn't leak. Move it over. Let's change it to the lightest kind of a gray and actually take the, I don't know, because when you're doing something, it's either going to be a stainless steel powder coated or you're going to use like Enduro mark on it. I don't know if it's going to take, because it's only got one layer of paint. So let's try one more item. So when you're, come on, don't leak. There we go. Man, oh man. I would maybe leave it just like that. You've got some mountains in the background. You could try, it looks pretty good. Try interactive fill tool on this. What this is doing is just making it going a little bit lighter. That's probably too, well, let's go further. We could actually, you know what? I wouldn't change a thing. I would test this on a piece of wood. Or if you have a tumbler that you've used before and do it on the back side, I would group all this together, Control G, move it back. I mean, even though it was a PDF, the font is fine. I would make sure it is, see, it's a Pantone black. I would make sure it's a RGB black, especially if you're engraving it on a tumbler. That might truly work. I do not want white right there. Let's let's put it back, go up to object group and ungroup. I'd rather not have a white right there. Yeah, it's a tan. Yeah, so it ought to, because see, when you've got, if it's powder coated, there's just one layer. If it's Ceramark or Enduromark, there's just one layer. You know, if you could run it on a piece of wood, you could run these pieces separately, and you could run all the black at 600 dots pinch, run some of them at 4 and some of them at 3, and it would totally change it. You'd have to run them individually, but it's hard to do that on a tumbler because, I mean, you could try it, but if you were going to do more than 10 tumblers, it'd be a lot of work to run it 4 or 5 times. I will send you this file. I think the white is going to actually help it, because it'll be the green. Yeah, no, it's white. So let's do this. One last thing. Let's see, that's okay. Let me move that out of the way. That's our fountain fill. I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, even if it engraves white, or, you know, I mean, there's a way to do it. One thing we can do, take the rectangle tool, and this is kind of an oval, but on a tumbler it might work perfect. Let's use blue as our smart fill, just so you can see what's going on. And then fill this in with black. Put it over there and go object, order, back a page. There's still a white layer there. So I would scrap that. Let's get rid of that. I don't know how to signify that white. Let's see if I can't grab it. Yeah, okay, there's the white. We can get rid of it. Go up to edit, find and replace. We've already got the white selected. From selection, find all, and hit delete. Well, there must be multiple whites, because I didn't do it. Okay, let me move that out of the way. Let me grab that. Let me move that out of the way. Let me try to select. Tell you what, let's look at under wireframe. So that was part of that. No, I didn't hit wireframe. So all those little dots are part of the water. Let me just do this one more time. Go back and enhance. There's our white. Let's click off of it and click. Tell you what, let's click that. Go up to object. No, it's not a group. I'm having trouble selecting the white. Okay, whatever I'm selecting, I'm going to move it over. But see, I'm not selecting any. Maybe there's no white there. Maybe I didn't put it all the way to the background. Object, order, back a page. Yeah, there's no white. It's just clear. That's why I couldn't grab it. So the one I'm doing it for, I'll send you this file. I think it looks pretty good. There's some dots here that a little bit bug me. What we could do, let's take this, nudge it over, and let's make it 99% again. That should have worked. Oh, you know what? My numbers are unlocked. That got rid of the white. Those are pieces of the tree. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. I'm not really sure, but thank you for watching.